The Oceanic League. 6 of the fastest cubers from Oceania, but only 1 winner. Here are all the rules. In each matchup, there will be 2 competitors, competitor A and competitor B. For solve 1, they'll do the same scramble. Whoever gets the fastest time wins a point. So let's say competitor A gets a 10.57 and competitor B gets a 9.69. Competitor B wins and gets a point. We repeat this process over and over again until someone gets to 15 points. However, if the scores are tied at 14 to 14, then it's not next solve takes the win. You have to win by 2. So either competitor A or competitor B would have to score 2 points in order to win. It just keeps on going until someone leads by 2. Here is the full fixture. As there are 6 competitors and everyone plays each other once, then in this kind of like main part, everyone will play 5 games. So that equates to 15 total games in the main section. We'll get to the finals part later. So how everyone will be ranked is in this table. And you follow this kind of hierarchy to rank everyone. So it kind of starts from wins and losses. So like kind of the main priority to ranking competitors is how many wins they have. So if competitor A has like 3 wins and competitor B has like 2 wins, then A would rank higher than B. However, if A and B are tied on wins and losses, then it goes to points difference. So this is basically taking the number of points that you've scored and subtracting the number of points that you've conceded. So for example, let's say A has scored 50 points during its 5 games and it's conceded 41 points, then it would have 50 minus 41, so a points difference of 9. But if 2 participants are tied on wins and losses and points difference, then we rank them based on points scored. This is only if everything here is tied. Then, if competitors are tied in the wins and losses, and they're tied in the points difference, and they're tied for points scored, then it will be a guarantee that they'll be tied for points against. So then what we do is we go to their qualifying average. And this is basically the average that we got them to submit to like qualify for this competition. And basically, if you try to qualify, you know that we would get you to do an average of 20. So this is the average of 20 that all of these competitors did, I guess. And luckily, since all of these are different, then we will never have 2 competitors that are literally tied. I should mention one really important thing for these columns. If the win by 2 rule is used, then we have to cap the points off at 15 to 13. So the winner gets 15 and the loser gets 13. So I'm just going to take the first game here, Phoenix versus Zach. Let's say they got to 14 to 14 and they just kept on going. So let's say it was like 19 to 17 because you have to win by 2. So I would still write it as 19 to 17 on here. But when we go to the points for and points against stuff, then I would not write 19 points for Phoenix. What I would actually do is, because he won, I'd give him 15 points instead. Whoops. I'd give Zach 13 points. That's only because he lost by the win by 2. And for the points against, we just do the reverse thing. It may seem a little weird that I am capping the points off at 15 to 13. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I could give out too many unnecessary points if, like, say, the game went on forever. Because you still have to win by 2, and technically it could go on forever. And because one of the columns here is ranking based on points for, then competitors could just use this to their advantage and just purposely make the game last forever, just for the sake of getting more points. If it doesn't make sense, then don't worry, but basically I'm just doing this to prevent loopholes. So after everyone has played each other, we will have some sort of ladder, and basically the top 4 will qualify for the finals. So that's in week 6. We'll have first taking on 4th as a first semi-final, and second taking on 3rd for our second semi-final. The winners of these 2 games will play in the grand final. Now before I go on, I probably should say that this competition is sponsored by speakyub.com.au and a bit of speakyub.co.nz as well. And basically, the 2 losers of these 2 games, actually, they're not done. They go into the 3rd place playoff. And actually, for getting 3rd place, they get a $20 Australian gift card. And if the competitor is from New Zealand, they can opt for a New Zealand gift card if they want to. And for the grand final, That's the winner of these two games. Basically, the loser or runners-up or second gets $30, and the winner gets a $50 gift card. So that should be pretty exciting. Also, I should probably talk about these individual sheets on the bottom. So I'll kind of give a tutorial on like how to read this. So solve 1, this is kind of like scramble 1. Let's say Phoenix got a, I don't know, I'm just plugging random numbers. So let's say this happened on solve 1. This is purely hypothetical. I'm just using it for example purposes. So the winner of solve 1 would be Phoenix, and the progressive score would be 1-0. So let's go to solve 2. Let's say, this happened, and Zach would win this time. So the progressive score would be 1-1. Eventually, we would fill up this whole thing. The final score will be like the lowest row of the progressive score, if that makes sense. And also on each individual sheet, I've got the date and the time. By the way, this is in, I should probably put this is in Australian Eastern Daylight Time, actually. And actually, I've got 5 other Oceanic time zones here. And I'm sorry if I didn't include yours. I just thought that I would include these because it's kind of like Oceania. And I'm gonna assume that most of my viewers are from Oceania. But if you live somewhere else, then just use some sort of app, because I don't have time to put every single time zone on. And this goes for every single game as well. Alright, that's it for the rules of this Oceanic League. I'll also put the link to my second channel in the description. That's hopefully where we're going to be streaming all of the game. The first game is on Friday at 7 PM, that's Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And hopefully this will just be another interesting event, just kind of like the Monkey League, but just Oceanic Cubers. If you have any questions about the rules, because I know there'll be a lot of them, then just put them in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. Alright, thanks for watching, hope to see you there. See you next time.